and welcome to the podcast episode 18, where today we're going to be discussing smart homes. Do you want to have your life replaced by Alexa? Do you want to have your eyes blinded because your house is pure white and whatever isn't white is glass? Do you want to be able to say, I'm a purist because my house is completely electric and I live in the middle of the woods, which has caused about 1,000 forest fires in the last 7 weeks? May I introduce you to the concept of the smart home? It's not a concept, actually, it's a real thing. And it's a very real, stupid thing. So, smart homes. Extremely entertaining to watch YouTube videos on, and most likely very hard to live with. From what I've seen, smart homes are not for millionaires. Millionaires live in mansions. Smart homes are for billionaires. They're for people that can afford a $4,000 per month electricity bill because that's how much electricity they're using because their whole house relies on electricity to function properly. Now, it is a very appealing way to live. When you see the YouTube videos on it, you just walk in from work. You don't even need to have a job if you've already been able to afford a smart home. You can just say, "Hey Alexa, turn the foyer hallway lights on, please." Okay. Turned on the lights for you. There you go. I mean, you're pretty much living in 2015 Back to the Future. I mean, you at this rate, you may as well just be able to pop a tiny little Pizza Hut mini pizza into the hydrator 4000 and just say hydrate level 4 please, and then it just takes 2 seconds. You pop it out of the hydrator 4000, and then there you have it. Your pizza has tripled its size. Why haven't we come up with that yet? I don't know. But anyway, this is the podcast all about complaining, um, which is, not what I marketed it as, but that's what it is. So basically, the the biggest issue with smart homes, I think at least, is there's something called a power outage. So these smart homes rely entirely on electricity to power everything. And of course, these days, pretty much everyone relies on electricity to do many things for us. We rely on it to keep our food cold and preserve it, or keep our food hot and make it taste better. Or we rely on it to make sure that we can make podcasts sometimes. But the thing is that here in the US, for people that don't have this feature, and we are very jealous of the feature that other people that don't have this, here in the US, we have exposed power lines. Now, other places, such as Britain, have power lines underground. And this secures the longevity of the lines, and it makes sure that power lines don't cut out as frequently as exposed ones do because you can't crash into them anymore. Trees don't fall on them. The biggest, I don't know exactly what they, cover them with, supposedly metal, I would assume. But the biggest thing you got to worry about is some animal burying into it. But that's not going to happen if you're using metal. But say someone crashes into a pylon or a tree falls on one of the power lines near a smart home. Well, there goes the power to your lights. Well, in fact, no, wait, hold on. Or actually, no, wait, yeah. There goes the power to your lights, the power to the power of your lights, which is Alexa, the security cameras, anything that makes your smart home seem like a bonus is gone. And while this may just be a quote, little fix, I mean, it may just be a trip in some kind of substation somewhere and they get it fixed within 20 minutes. It's still, it doesn't seem like a good idea when all of the power runs out in your house. And of course, when someone crashes into a pylon at a normal house, the same thing will happen. But this is a normal house. I mean, that thing has been going on for ever since electricity was invented. Because right now, at least, electricity is not 100% sustainable. there are still issues that we run into with it, and we always will. And not to mention the amount of electricity that is in those houses is cancer causing. Like genuinely, if you're exposed to enough electricity, cancer is coming for you. Now, a recurring theme that I've noticed with smart homes is the fact that they're very white. And of course, I said this in the intro jokingly, but no, actually, not even jokingly. I mean, I'm sure I think I've seen a few smart homes that aren't white, but smart homes definitely have a primary color in them. Some are black and some are white. Never seen a pink one before, though, weirdly enough. But anything that isn't white is glass. And I feel like I never really see curtains in them. Like I'm sure they may have motorized blinds that hide up in the ceiling when they're not being used, but even so, the amount of glass that's being used um, in them is just like I want privacy. Like even it's just the amount of glass that is used in these homes is just it's almost like the homes are being supported by glass. And glass does something called shatter. Um, Unlike many other things. Other things, they snap in two pieces, but nah, glass shatters into a million pieces. And when that glass shatters, and I'm sure, that glass is, you know, 200 millimeters thick. Um, but when that glass shatters, and trust me, it will one day, what do you do? Well, I mean, obviously you get it replaced, but in the interval time of it shattering and it getting replaced, you just gonna put a tarp there? That's gonna ruin your vibe, man. I mean, there goes your whole veranda. Me personally, I think big windows are awesome, but they're visually awesome. They're not. I don't think they would be nice to live with though. And I'll tell you something else. The fact that a lot of these homes are in the middle of wooded areas, you're gonna have a lot of birds running into those windows because I'm sure this has happened to you. Birds knock into windows sometimes because birds aren't the smartest creatures in the world. But let's say your, big glass window isn't 200 millimeters thick and it's standard glass sized. And, one bird, pigeons, they go pretty fast, I think. Or, some really fast bird that would be found in a pine forest or something. Let's say it knocks into the window, shatter, maybe just a crack, but still, it's broken. Honey, the aesthetic of the house is ruined. Okay, I'll get it fixed. There goes $10,000. Of course, that's a drop in the bucket for people that can afford smart homes, but still, that is very expensive. I'll tell you something else. I've seen the kitchens, you know, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, they're not kitchens. They're not kitchens. They're kitchenettes. Now, if you don't know what a kitchenette is, it's a kitchen that isn't a kitchen. It's a kitchened, basically. Um, it's just a kitchen that doesn't really work all that well. It's missing key features. Like, you replace, the whole stove and oven with, the little microwave oven mixture kind of thing that you put like you hang it on like a cabinet or something. And I'll tell you something else. All the countertops are marble. And you want to know why? It's cuz sometimes marble is white. Yeah, I don't know why these people like white so much, but they do. The thing is about, people that live in smart homes is that they seem like the kind of people that would tell other people that they're humble. You're not. You're not. Oh yeah, I live in the woods and my house is 100% electric. My fireplace, it's got a TV in it that like has like fire in it. Like it plays fire and then it like emits hot air. Like 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 it like it emits the air. but it's hot. Sorry. Um, I'm also humble because I like live in the woods and I have a Jeep, and on the Jeep it has a sticker that says "Adventure Alpaca my Jeep." Sorry, but you gotta admit that that does kind of sound like something that someone like. It sounds like someone of it. It sounds like the owner of a smart home. It sounds like something they would say. And another theme that I've noticed with the um, smart home aesthetic is I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's a loss of imagination or it's minimalism or they ran out of things to put there, but these homes are really empty. Like really empty. And I know each room is 1,000 square feet big, but it's just they're just so empty. It's like imagine you're a music producer, right? And you've got, your studio is really big, but you don't have a lot to put there. That's okay. Just put a grand piano in the middle of the room and just put a synthesizer in the corner. Boom, done. I mean, that's exactly what each room looks like. I mean, you got a couch and a fuzzy carpet. Where's the TV? Oh, yeah, it's hiding behind the wall. The wall folds, and there's the TV. I found it. I feel bad for the guy that couldn't find the TV when he bought his smart home and just put a TV right in front of where the folding TV was. I don't think that actually happened. I just made that up. It may have happened, though. I think if I ever lived in a smart home, the part where I would really start to lose it would be when one of the wires starts arcing, which it will happen. I mean, it happens all the time. It happened to me in my room just a few months ago. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, it's really hard to sleep when one of them starts arcing and it's in the same room as you are. Because it just makes this me noise all the time. And of course, if that happens, well, that's when the forest fire starts. Just kidding. Marble isn't flammable. The thing is that me personally, I would never want to live in a house where I wake up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym every morning. To, wake up, stretch my arms out and yawn, and, hear Alexa say, "Good morning. The current temperature is 62 degrees. It's going to rain on Sunday, and it's going to meteor shower on Friday." And then the curtains like open up toward the sun using electric motors. I don't know what kind of scene I'm creating, but that just doesn't seem cool. It just doesn't. I would rather wake up to an alarm that goes meep 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 meep, and it goes off at 8:30, and I wake up and I eat breakfast and I go about my day. If I want to raise the curtains, I use my hands. Now, are there people that would and are living in a smart home? Yes. And they enjoy it, apparently. Either that or they spend all their money. But yeah, I mean, smart homes exist and people live inside of them. And you just got to respect that, I guess. Because, I mean, you're not going to be able to kick them out of their house because, my opinion is that smart homes suck. You're out of here. I'm evicting you because some kid on YouTube said that they were bad, so they must be bad. You can't do that. I mean, as many people, everyone should know that. And at the end of the day, I respect their decision to live in a house made out of wires and Bluetooth. And again, like smart homes are really cool. I mean, they're a cool concept, but they just aren't for a majority of people. And I'll tell you something else. I can reenact right here, right now, what every single whenever people with smart homes, they look at the mail. Okay, so the electric bill, the electric bill, the electric bill, the electric bill, water bill. That's different. So, you know, live in a smart home if you want to, if you have the money. You know, if interest rates aren't too high for you, perfect. And if you want to live in a world where everything is white, perfect. So, with that, I think that is all I have to say. Have a good day, and imagine a world where everything is white.